partially because, like,
What's up?
I don't care if moms find my, extremely small time streamer YouTube and get mad that I'm saying the words fuck and penis, but
Well,
I don't need to actually accidentally be good at horror and scar some little fucking 8-year-old for life.
yeah. Well, hold on. Let me go ahead and just get it all out. Poop, 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 piss. All right, I think I'm good.
Are we filtering our profanity?
No.
No.
No, that was as profane as I could get.
I think you could do better.
Oh no, just
You're right.
wait
Ass.
until I pull out the Volgaroth. It's
Volgaroth.
it's a demon from the ninth layer of the abyss that exclusively has its penis out. It's wearing a full leather bodysuit except for its penis.
Nice.
Yeah, and whenever combat with it starts, it appears from a pillar of purple smoke and says "Sup, sluts."
And it smells suspiciously like a weird herb.
Is this something that in battle with we would have to make a sex save?
I actually have a +3 to that.
It's not a sex save, it's a con save.
I also have a +3 to that.
There's this meme that's going around that I've seen. A bard tries to seduce a dragon, and then he succeeds, and the DM says, "All right, cool. Rolling for damage."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damage? Yeah. The dragon's a male.
Yeah. The dragon's a top.
Didn't take long for the conversation to start getting weird.
It never does with us.
Woohoo.
You okay back there?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Ooh, moonshine.
Yeah, baby, it's moonshine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's Kool-Aid time.
What the fuck?
I want a bird so badly.
I know you do.
Oh yeah.
Promise we will get one eventually.
Yeah.
You'll have to teach it how to be quiet while you're screaming, I guess, though.
Oh, I'm going to exclusively teach it to say very, very explicit things with only exclusively very, very inappropriately timed triggers.
Like racial slurs?
No, not racial slurs.
Oh.
Whoa.
You okay back there?
Uh-huh.
Uh,
That feels weird.
interesting wording of your message.
Who, me?
Oh, I think the phrasing of smooth as fucking butter.
Delicious. Damn, I need to drink about a gallon of water real quick.
You're good. I figured I would have to do that at some point, so I have one of my mini iron flasks. I don't know how much this one is. I think this one. What was this one, Kendall? This was like 40 ounce.
I think so.
I like that idea. That should be like the MacGuffin for a campaign. Is we have to find the legendary Hydro Flask. It's just an iron flask that contains a Leviathan.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know.
What's up?
Okay.
What?
It's my mom.
Yeah, it's still there.
I know, but I don't know if I like it.
You don't know if you like it, how it feels.
Yeah.
I know.
Let me check my notes.
She's got a moth shaped topper to her tongue ring in.
Nice.
Not sure if I like it. Feels weird. Come on. Okay.
So I've discovered that for some reason Publix ginger ale is like my all-time favorite ginger ale. So
Okay, I think that.
I'm having a very nice whiskey ginger ale right now, as pictured above, and it is just. I feel like I'm.
You know,
Go ahead.
like the Publix brand that you're drinking.
Mhm.
Publix.
Oh, I thought you said pubic ginger ale.
What the fuck?
I was like, where did you get a bunch of ginger pubes to make? Never mind.
Hey now.
No, yeah, anyway, I'm going back to my hole.
But are you drinking the Publix brand, off-brand stuff?
Yes.
Actually surprising how many different stores their off-brand ginger ale is actually good compared to like Canada Dry. That stuff's got too much sugar in it for me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, when I drink a ginger ale, I don't drink it because I want it to be sweet like a soda. I drink it because I'm craving, like tang and spiciness, you know?
Okay, that's better.
I actually prefer ginger beer to ginger. It's got a little more. It is non-alcoholic. It's much like root beer.
I love root beer.
I'm ready to start using some of my new stuff I got.
I'm sure everyone is. Level 4 is fun because of stat increases alone.
I was about to say, I think it's the most boring most of the time.
What?
Unless if they did something really crazy. Which I am curious to find out if they did.
Welcome.
Hello.
I take the guilty silence as most definitely.
Well, the silence for me was just trying to find where we are in my notes desperately because last session was like only a page or two, but the session before that was a lot more than that, so I just got like lost in my notes.
Gotcha.
That's valid.
All right. So, if everyone's ready, last time, you guys had a, big information bomb dropped on you. To summarize, there was a hidden through, a massive, ritual of god magic cataclysm that rocked the world and was barely put to rest. And now it is theorized, but not 100% sure, that, something, if it's not the same thing, it's something similar is coming back, and we're trying to, as gods and powered beings, put it to rest. And you guys did some preparation stuff after being sent back to not Aeldro, that's the continent, Brayla, after being sent back to Brayla, and spoke a little bit with Adric, telling him some of the hard truths that y'all had to face in fighting Connor. That brings us to you guys, sleeping at the Leighton's Legacy. And the first thing to happen will be, Reyna, you only have a 4-hour meditation, so you would wake up, quote unquote wake up, before everyone else.
Yeah.
You discussed with me a little bit that you would want to be spending your time like doing research and then going out on the town.
Yes.
So you go through your notes for the first hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's about what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
And also, just for clarity, I did discuss some minor things off screen with different people about some stuff just to make this process go a little bit faster. So let's say everyone went to sleep around 10-ish, after having a meal, talking, hanging out a little bit, and prepping for the night, unless anyone explicitly wants to go to sleep much earlier than that. I figure your day of, walking around town, getting the things that you need to do, the prep work and stuff, would take you until about, 4 or 5 p.m.-ish. And then from then, So with that in mind, you wake up about 2, do a little bit of research, or come out of your trance at about 2, do a little bit of research. I imagine eat your breakfast, and about what time are you heading out of Leighton's Legacy?
Probably about 4.
About 4 in the morning? Okay. So, you walk down the steps from the rooms into the main hall, where, the bar and tavern area is.
Mm-hmm.
And, you see... Oh, God, I can't remember his name. Oliver. You see Oliver doing, first thing in the morning preparations, and he's about to go outside with a bag of rubbish, and looks up and sees you, and he goes, "Oh, you're up early? Or are you still up?"
Oh, I'm up early.
Okay. Early risers, I guess. Well, if you want something to eat, give me a second. I'll be right back. I just gotta throw this out. He ducks out the door.
Okay. I'll probably stay and talk for just a second.
Okay. So you sit at the bar?
Yeah.
Okay. So you sit at the bar and you wait for a couple of minutes. It seems like, you've been waiting for a hot minute, and all of a sudden, you faintly hear a muffled scream come from outside.
I'd immediately head outside.
Okay. So as you go out the door, it's hard to open the door, but there's a little bit of resistance, but you manage it, and you trip over the thing that was holding the door shut, which appears to be this probably about a foot around, thick, kind of papery skin. It looks bruised and splotchy and veiny. It's like papery white, pale skin. Snake, worm, something like that. You can't see where the head or tail is, but you can tell the tail is, or You can tell it stretches out in either direction, one going into an alley kind of behind Leviton's Legacy, and the other one going back towards the town square.
Okay. Do I hear anything outside? Like, can I tell which direction the scream came from?
Make a perception check. Was that a 16-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely good enough.
Okay.
It's coming from the back behind kind of area, you think, but you also hear some like ruffling, scruffling, bear digging through the trash kind of noises coming from back there.
I'll go back there.
Okay. So what you see is this snake worm thing ends over, kind of like a trash heap in the form of a large head.
Okay.
The jaw of it is distended, and there's some legs hanging out of its mouth as it chokes this, what you assume to be Oliver down its throat. And it's quick. It's slurping him up like it only takes a few seconds before he's gone. And I have a picture of what it looks like for you.
If any of the rest of us are awake, can we make a perception check?
It's about 4:15 in the morning. If anybody would be awake, they can, definitely.
Okay, I think Wolfram would be awake. If he went in at 10, I think 4 a.m. is about right.
Character info photos. There we go. Okay, so go ahead and make that perception check for me.
Right. At any sort of disadvantage for being in my room?
Yes. Sorry, I'm caught up trying to get the image of this thing posted. There we go.
I don't think there's no way I could have succeeded on that. That is a 5. Yeah, that's a 5 with disadvantage.
Okay, yeah, that.
Damn, that thing looks scary.
Well, right now it currently has, down to, like, the halfway point on Oliver's calves, choking down as it notices you. You don't try to be stealthy, right?
No.
Okay. It turns and notices you and begins to quickly slurp it down. And, will you roll initiative for me?
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. 6.
6? Okay. Make a wisdom save.
Oh god. I'm done.
Against being charmed?
No, actually.
Okay.
2.
2? You don't know why you were standing out here.
Are you... No! No!
Yeah, it doesn't. You don't know why you would have walked out into the back alleyway. You were going out to go kind of, look around the town, explore a little bit since you're new on this continent.
But Oliver.
Who? But who?
Obviously, I don't know anymore.
No, you don't.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay. Are you sure it's not a charm? Because Modify Memory is a charm.
Let me double check.
Like, the spell is a charm. If it's not, it's not. But I'm just curious to see if Reyna would have a special ability to resist this being an elf.
It doesn't actually specify, now that I'm looking at it.
Okay. If it doesn't specify, then you can probably assume that it's not, because most things that are charm very specifically state it, but if it's based off of a spell, I mean, you could make the judgment that it is similar to that spell. I don't know.
So, just as a minor recap out of character, you know, you hear this, you go out back, you see probably Oliver being devoured, and then all of a sudden...
I forget about it.
What were you doing out here? Why are you going out behind the Layton's Legacy?
Do I still see it?
No.
Okay. I guess I'll turn around and walk away.
The last thing that happens before it's gone out of your vision and memory is you heard some kind of like haunting melody for just a split second, and that kind of lingers like an earworm, you know, like a song stuck in your head. You don't know why it's there.
Yeah.
All right. So what's Wolfram up to first thing in the morning?
He's probably going through his equipment,
Cool.
like, you know, strapping things in, replacing laces, stuff like that, like taking care of business, sort of, before first light, you know. Seeing to his equipment, oiling his equipment, checking bootstrap, stuff like that.
Yeah. So whenabouts would Driffin and Mortimer end up like getting up and walking around and, you know, getting up for the day?
We'll say that Mortimer heard Wolfram getting ready, checking his everything, and that kind of woke him up, and he's just gonna kind of sit there and kind of adjust, you know, old man kind of just sitting there getting ready to get up.
Are we canonically sharing a room then?
I mean, if you want to, we could. I would like to assume, depending on how quiet you are with getting ready, that I could have heard you through a thin wall.
Okay.
I
don't think I'm particularly trying to be quiet, but I don't think I'm like super loud, so it depends on how heavy of a sleeper you are.
Do you want to be in the same room?
We can if you want, but really I'd leave it up to you.
Let's do it.
Sure. Okay, yeah. We're cutting down on costs. We're sharing a room.
All right. Sounds good. Go ahead, Mortimer.
Oh no, you're good. The sound it was picking up was just me sitting down. You're good.
Gotcha. So Driffin, whenabouts do you think you would be getting up? Everybody else is about, 4:30-ish.
Only if there was movement outside my bedroom door, my animal companion would wake me.
Okay, so you would sleep until you wake up naturally. There's not really anything.
Like if either of them walk out of their room and walk past my door, that will wake me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Otherwise, 6.
Otherwise 6. Cool. So unless you
Yes.
guys are wanting to leave your room before 6, then yeah. Raina, what are you doing with your time out and about on the town?
I'm just kind of exploring why it's super quiet and dark.
Nice. You notice there's a few like shops and stuff that start really early, like the blacksmith gets into it super early, 5, 6 a.m. Bakeries are already started by the time you get out and about.
Mm-hmm.
There's the store, the general store that Joey Fatone works at, is starting to open early.
Okay.
That's about it. There's nothing super special going on.
Okay.
Unless there's something you specifically want to seek out.
No, not really. I'm just kind of exploring.
Okay.
This is... Whoa.
Little unsettling?
It's interesting.
So about 6:30 ish, there's going to be a messenger that comes into the Leighton's Legacy, and they are going to hand off a note to Felicity, the barkeeper. And the note, it will go to the first of the party members that she spots coming down.
Griffin doesn't waste any time when he wakes up at 6. He gets up, gets dressed, and goes down immediately to wait for the rest of the party.
Gotcha. So Felicity standing at the
So
bar.
it's
Sorry, go ahead.
when the messenger comes in.
Yeah, gotcha. So Felicity is kind of standing, moving at the bar. She has to stop and move her stool every now and again. You know, she's a gnome. She doesn't really reach it. It's kind of weird that they would have built the bar for the person who owns this bar that can't reach it. You know.
Yeah.
And she's polishing. She sees Driffin come to town, and she goes, "Hey, how's it going? Got those arrows in the works for you, the blunt ones, and think somebody left this note for your you and your friends there." She hands you a folded piece of parchment, and when you open it, it says, "See me before you leave. I have something that I have some things that might help you in your journeys." And it's signed Adric, and it it has the stamp for the guard barracks, as if it was sent from the guard barracks. You can assume he's there right now.
He's where? I'm sorry, I've been getting bits and pieces enough to piece it together, but I don't know where it was you said he is.
Guard barracks, like the training area and the living area for guards.
Okay. I've been cutting in and out, so like I've been getting bits and pieces, but enough to fill in the blank.
That's why I expanded on it a little bit. I figured if you got enough of my expansion, you'd be able to piece it together.
Yeah.
When are you going
So I've received.
like head back around town, around the inn, if you're even going to?
Yeah, I probably will. I'll go. I'm not gonna spend super long outside. Maybe 6 o'clock. Start heading back.
Okay, cool. So you probably would get back in about 6:30, 6:45. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. So you get back in right as Driffin is, standing at the end of the bar reading this note out. You open the door and
Check the chicken and stuff properly.
you notice Felicity is walking up on her stool, wiping down the spot of the bar, getting down, picking up the stool, moving it a couple of feet over, getting up on it, wiping the bar, so on and so on and so on, all the way down the bar. She's you can smell the smell of like meats cooking coming from the kitchen area.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can Mortimer be coming down the stairs while Felicity's moving the stool?
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so one of the times she's moving the stool, he comes down, he goes, I have a trick that I could show you if you have a couple of barrels lying around.
And she goes, "What do you mean? Oh, why didn't I think of?" And she face palms. "Why didn't I think of that?" And she goes in the back, and it's like a cartoon in the kitchen area. It's like a cartoon where you just see random objects flying out of the door, and hear the sound of a drill and a hammer hitting nails. And then she walks out on barrel stilts.
Hell yeah.
My God.
And she goes, "I don't know why I had to make this thing so damn tall."
Makes it easier for the customers.
Yeah, fair enough. Most people aren't really my height. All right. So yes, we stand here with Mortimer. You would actually know directly where the guard barracks are. I imagine you have done some like soup kitchen work like the stuff that you do around town, helping out, that kind of stuff, feeding the town guard and stuff like that.
Okay, sweet. So I can lead us there.
I'll follow.
Where are my dice? I don't know what time it is, and I don't know where Wolfram is. So
we're sitting at about 6:30 in the morning. You can be wherever you would like to be. I think everybody else has kind of come down to the main tavern room.
okay. And who has the summons?
Driffin or Mortimer, whoever they have handed it off to.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll probably have already been in the main room for a couple hours.
Cool.
Because why would I take 3 hours to pack our things? I do need to ask, have at any point we talked about what we're doing next? What was the intention? Like, what are we preparing for?
We're going to the barracks to talk to Adric right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but what I'm asking is, like, last night when after we did all this, we sat down and ate and talked. Did we have any idea what we were doing in the morning? Or are we not talked about it yet?
I don't think.
I don't think we've talked about it.
So we just haven't talked about it yet. Okay.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
All right. Cool.
As a reminder, Brody, Torin, and Locke gave you all a kind of map that shows the coast of the continent across from Eldra, across the ocean.
And we were talking about going to my continent.
Yes.
Okay. If that's what's going on, then yeah, I would have gotten up at 4, packed our things until 5, and then gone out and secured provisions and probably looked for a way to travel before all of that. I don't think I would have just been sitting around.
Cool. So one of the things that happens early in the morning is definitely fishermen and huntsmen, fishermen, people who like live their life locally around the sea, are preparing to go down the river that leads into the heart of Brayla. There's like a port. You guys all came in on it. And yeah, there's a couple of people getting ready. Most people are setting sail down the river at this point.
Okay. And it's only the river, we're not near the coast?
No, the coast is about I had it written down somewhere. Hold on. The coast is about like a 2-hour ride down the river.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess I would just secure provisions. If I haven't seen any of the other party and been able to talk to them yet, I wouldn't
There's a chance you may have caught Reyna, depending on how quickly you left out, because you were the first one to leave out. Did you hang out in that area for a little bit, or?
Probably.
Okay, cool. So, you catch Reyna milling about.
Okay. Then I'll stop and talk to her about this. I'll be like, I am securing provisions. We must find passage out of the city.
Okay. Were we gonna take a ship? Is that what we talked about?
That would seem...
before?
I mean, unless you have another way to cross an ocean. I wasn't being a smartass. I was literally just saying.
Alright. If that happens, do you want to go and see if we can arrange for passage to a coastal city to then leave across the ocean?
Yes.
Okay. You're the one with the money, so I would need you anyway, especially for talking.
I would probably head out to go find somewhere there that we can get a ship and travel.
So it's probably like 5:30 in the morning when we would show up, and the first light of the day. So the fishermen are probably starting to kind of kick off at this point.
Yes. You see, it's mostly fishing boats. But there's like an equivalent to like a jet setter boat that looks like it's probably a traveling kind of boat. There's like 2 or 3 of those, but you only see motion on one, and it's like a lot of motion. There's like 5 people, going about doing the prep and stuff. There's also several fishing boats,
Wolfram kind of points over at the, I guess probably the boat that looks like it's for traveling, kind of with an inquiring look to Reyna, like, this one?
Yes. Let's go find out.
So you guys approach the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a plank down. People are going back and uploading stuff onto and off of the ship. A lot of smaller boxes going onto the ship and bigger boxes coming off. There's 2 big dudes that are moving big crates. Like, I'm talking 6'4", 320-pound, just massive meat walls of men.
Okay.
And then there's 2 women who are running around doing running the lighter, smaller boxes up onto the ship,
Okay.
and setting sails, doing all that good stuff, while one man with violently red hair is coordinating everyone.
Okay. Then I would probably talk to that guy.
Cool.
'Cause he seems like the guy I need to talk to.
How do you approach?
However you choose to approach, just know that Wolfram is 100% backing you up. So you've just got a wall of muscle behind you.
Awesome. I love this. I would just probably kind of walk up and say, "Excuse me."
Yeah. What you need? What you need, lass?
Is there any way that we would be able to catch sail with you guys?
Catch. So, are you the ones that Adric is sending to us?
Yes.
Oh, right. Where's the rest of you?
They're back at the end.
I thought he was gonna send you all at once.
Oh, we were coming to figure out when we were setting off and everything.
Oh, so you haven't talked to Adric this morning yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, he wanted to talk to you guys first. But anyways, my name's my name's Gregor McGregor. It's very nice to meet you. You'll be sailing with us. The only thing that we expect of you, because Adric's put in a very good word for you. We we do provisions. We set long trips on this, city state funded ship, and anyways, he figured you guys could help out with us because we were on the way somewhere that he said you guys were going anyways.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Mary!" And a woman jumps down from the captain's area with the what is that called, with the fuck.
You thinking of Crow's Nest?
Yes. She, jumps down, slides down a rope, and she lands, puts a dagger from her teeth into a sheath
You love her.
on her hip, and
I'm ready.
yeah, what's up, Cat? These fine folks are gonna be the ones that are sailing with us. You can they're gonna go back and see Adric. He already came this morning. Just he looks at you two. He already came this morning and talked to us. But anyways, you guys are good. Just go talk to Adric and come back whenever you're ready with the rest of your group. And
All right. I'll look to Reyna and be like, we should get the others.
And Mary, she holds out a a piece of paper that has like the writ you can tell it's like a stamp of the city, and she
Okay.
goes, yeah, this is he came and talked to us.
Okay. We'll be right back. We'll go talk to him, and then we'll be back.
Right. See ya soon.
Can we just discuss that his name is Captain McGregor?
His name is Gregor McGregor.
Gregor McGregor. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like the most Scots-Irish name you could come up with?
It is an actual pirate.
Oh,
That is an actual historical reference.
that is interesting.
Yes.
We can talk about that one later. I'm interested.
I fucking knew that sounded familiar.
Okay.
That was almost racist. No.
Yeah. So you guys head back to the end to communicate.
Just because you're Scot-Irish doesn't mean you can be mean to Scot-Irish people. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm telling you, that's an actual person's name. So you guys head back to the.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume we come into them already have receiving the summons, and we just walk in. They're like, "Hey, we have to go here." And like, "Yeah, I know. That's why we came to get you."
You guys come into Mortimer explaining the pathway to get to the barrack training station, to Driffin, and yeah.
You also notice that I have a new animal companion sitting by my side.
That is right. Yeah. There's a different animal companion now.
Oh, what is your new animal?
It is a wolf,
Aww.
pure white.
Wolfram walks in the bar and sees the wolf. I assume just like lounging at the bottom of the bar, and just for a second, his eyes get wide. This is probably the most reaction you normally see out of Wolfram.
I like to think that Wolfram notices it, has that slight moment of panic that's almost imperceptible, and then the wolf rolls over on its belly for scritches.
Wolfram just kind of nods and mutters something under his breath.
All right. So, you guys, unless you want to stop anywhere, can head straight to, because I know Raina has had her breakfast. At least I don't know if anybody else has went out of their way to munch on something if they even want to.
Yeah, I'll eat.
I mean,
I think Griffin's been eating and feeding the animal companion.
Cool. So I think we can. We don't have to get super into the nitty gritty. I'm not going to ask you guys when you go to the bathroom and I'm assuming if you're right down, you're going to eat and all this stuff.
Diapers.
But you guys can there's street meat vendors and bakeries that are opening their doors and stuff all along the way.
Can we not eat at the tavern?
You can, yes, if you wish. Yeah.
Yes.
I think I would just sit down at the. Yeah, I think I would just sit down at the bar with Driffin and Mortimer and order breakfast.
So you hear you sit down at the bar and Felicity notices you, and she doesn't ask for your order. She just goes back into the kitchen. Every step she takes, you hear the wooden clank of planks. And after a few minutes, she comes back with a plate heaped high with slices of ham and bacon, and in one hand, and in the other, there's a big plate of freshly baked bread, like small loaves of bread, like the individual loaves. And,
Wolfram holds up 3 fingers and nods at her as if they have some sort of long-standing understanding.
she sets them out on the bar, gets out some plate. What is the fucking word for
Platter?
no? She gets you a plate, an individual serving plate, and 3 slices of ham steak, 3 slices of bacon, and 3 pieces of bread. And slides that down to you, and she looks up at the rest of the you, Wolfram, and she looks at the rest of the group.
I would probably just be. Do we have the map?
Yes.
Okay, I would probably be looking at the map.
Honestly, it's kind of vague. It's like a world map. You know, you can, excuse me, make out a couple of islands in the sea, but other than that, it just kind of, you can see what you recognize to be the tip of Eldra, and then like half of the continent that you're from, Lagera. I think we called it Lagera.
Okay.
I like that Lagra.
Yeah.
And there's a neat little quill red X mark over what appears to be like a clearing in a jungle.
And that's where we think the next place is.
That's where it's been pointed out to you, yeah.
Okay.
That the next quote unquote conduit is the gathering power. So you all violate the breakfast platter. And
I won't stop us from leaving now.
I might.
Well, you all head on your way, make your way down. You hear. Sorry.
Before we leave, I would like to ask, what's her name? I forget.
Felicity. Did you catch that?
Felicity?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
What she's done with the grease that she was cooking with.
Oh, we keep it. We use it for fat to fry stuff in. Fold it into our bread. You know, use it to egg wash. She air quotes our bread. Give it a nice crustiness. All that kind of stuff. She digs.
I don't know if she's done talking, cutting out again.
She digs behind the counter a little bit and pulls up a bar of cinnamon scented soap, and she goes, "I've also been trying this new thing."
What do you have there?
Cinnamon soap.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Happened?
She has pulled a bar of cinnamon soap out from under the bar and says, "I'm also trying this new thing."
Throughout that in... Oh my god. What is happening?
Is this bar of soap visibly greasy?
Yeah, it's clearly the first batch, or at least
Okay.
an early one.
I cut out for like 80% of that.
Yes. She says, we use it in other foods to fry stuff, you know, in our breads, anything that needs fat. And also, I've been trying something new. And she pulls out a bar of cinnamon soap.
Fuck. Here we go.
Cool.
Driffin, if you can leave and rejoin, I think it might help. I'm gonna progress and we can backtrack a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
No,
Hang on.
you're good. I understand
No
technical
problems.
problems. So you guys, you know, with Mortimer's help, you know, guiding you through the city, make your way easily to the guard barracks, and you find a man with a long braided beard and, you know, short shaven mohawk, which actually you kind of recognize as wait a second, is that Adric? Surely it's not, because he both of his arms are fully covered in tattoos. He has his shirt off and he is doing striking drills against a dummy, and he is like tatted the fuck up. You once he's in motion and you guys are about 30 feet away, you really recognize him. I'm gonna upload a photo so you guys can, you know. And he has a couple of like bottles on his sides that he occasionally stops and, you know, takes a sip from.
When did he go gray?
It's always been salt and pepper, but I think it just stands out a lot more now.
Gotcha.
but and as he does his motions and stuff, like the best way I can think to describe it, has everyone like at least seen imagery of Drunken Master fighting?
Yeah.
That's definitely how he's performing. Is he's training himself basically. He's sweating heavily, very out of breath. As you guys kind of get within distance to interact with him, he pulls one of his flasks from his side again because he's hit it a couple of times. Takes a big swig and then starts to kind of sway and fall forward, and he gets about to the point where his face is about to hit the ground, and he turns it into a combat roll, springing up and throwing the empty bottle at a dummy, bursting on impact. And he he realizes that you guys are near, stops, does the hand clasps in front of his chest, does a slight bow, and turns and reaches for his cloth tunic that was kind of slumped against one of the bases of the training dummies here.
Can I make an assessment of how talented or how strong he seems to be to me?
Yes.
As a fellow warrior?
Yeah. I'm trying to decide if that would be like... Because that feels like an instinctual thing. I don't know if that feels like an intelligence, but that's what I want to...
I think it could be an intelligence. I don't really have any pluses to that. But like, what would Wolfram's assessment of this be? Kind of looking it over. Maybe an intelligence with proficiency?
I think so, yeah, because he would know fighting. He would at least be able to recognize whether or not someone's style would be effective,
Alright. That is 14.
14. So you think he's pretty skilled, probably. Like, he's no master, but he seems to know his way around.
Okay. Wolfram was trying to determine whether he was worth challenging.
Oh, so you literally did a strength check.
Yeah, I checked him out. Wolfram's eyes go up and down on Adric, and it very much looks like he's checking Adric out. And he is, just not in that way.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know. Maybe.
I mean,
With Wolfram, we really don't know.
I was gonna say.
We really don't.
we don't judge in this campaign. You can screw whoever you want to, provided they consent.
Yeah.
So he begins to pull his shirt on, and he's sweating pretty heavily. He notices you all approach, kind of stands a little bit straighter and walks to you all, gapping the distance, and he says, thanks for coming here. I just wanted to let you all know that I have secured some things for you to help you along your way. Unfortunately, I can't come with you. But I know what you stand for, and I stand behind you. I will stand resolute here and protect what I can in ways that I haven't since I was a young buck.
Okay.
With these threats back, and he kind of makes the... I'm not gonna... The he who shall not be named kind of, facial gestures. I'm trying to be subtle. With threats back in the forefront, I think... I think I need to, put my vices to use, become better and stand up for what you all are standing up for as well. It's time I quit hiding. And he holds his hand out towards Wolfram, as if for a handshake.
Yeah, Wolfram definitely puts his hand out and gives him a nice firm grip.
And he says, as he shakes your hand, he says, I thank you for what you've done. It was grim and dark, but it needed to be done. Whether or not it was my Connor, he was still Connor. And I don't think he would have wanted to live that way. Did he have any last words? It's kind of hard for him to get that out.
Wolfram thinks back, and this is what's going on in Wolfram's mind, is I don't know if he let out some sort of horrible scream before he was bisected, but I imagine he did. And I think Wolfram thinks about that for a second, and then just kind of shakes his head subtly.
Alright, well, thanks for letting me know. I've secured passageway with a transfer ship. They do they do stuff for the long haul. They go from island to island. They get provisions. They kind of search out luxury items for the city for us to sell during events and even just, to sell. I have kind of... Unfortunately, I couldn't get, free passage for you. But I made it to where you guys will just have to do maybe some chores and help out with some heavy lifting every now and again.
Okay. We appreciate that.
With that said, if there's anything you need, let me know. Otherwise, I'm not going to hold you back from... Well, I hate to say it this way. I've never been a very devout man, but your divine purpose.
Wolfram is, with his usual blank expression, is making very intense eye contact with Adric.
He matches it for a minute, but then he kind of drops his head.
Well, it's not intense in the way of, threatening. It's just very intense. Wolfram doesn't even realize that he's staring at him, but his gaze is on him, and Wolfram is thinking.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I say a lot.
No. Wolfram says, I wish to spar with you.
He looks a little shocked. He's like, I mean, you seem to be a young pup, and I'm pretty up there. I haven't really been in practice in a long time, and he puts a hand on his hip where his not shattered bottle is. I've been kind of under the bottle for a while, but I mean, if you'd like to, I've been training this morning. I've gotten my warm-up.
I do not ask, because I have something to prove. I simply wish for the honor.
You see a slight smile across his lips, and he seems very happy. I'm honored. I really am. I appreciate that.
Sorry.
If you'd wish, we very well can.
Wolfram's going to do something that you probably have not seen him do. And he's going to take off his wolf belt and his sword and put it to the side.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he goes, well, this ought to be fun. And he takes his shirt off and kind of walks towards it almost seems like it's painted out in the center to be, it looks kind of like what you guys as people would recognize as a wrestling circle.
Is it it's a wrestling ring? I love it.
And it's about, it's probably about a 30-foot circle. It's clearly like a dedicated training area. And he claps his hands in front of his chest, bows to you, and goes into a pose. Roll initiative.
All right. That is a 15.
Okay. So. Sorry, I don't actually have his character sheet on hand.
Sorry about that.
No, you are fine. I just have to track it down.
It's okay if we just want to roleplay it. I'm cool with however you want to do this.
Okay, so I think what we'll do is make a strength check.
Okay. Can I use opposed athletics since this is wrestling?
Yes.
Okay. Oops, my dice fell off. Okay. That is a 15.
Okay, so you both kind of move in around the same time, and you go in for a shoot, like to tackle him almost, unless you would prefer like a swing.
No. I was thinking we both probably kind of wait for a second, circling each other, and then eventually it becomes clear one of us needs to make a move. So yeah, Wolfram comes in with like a tackle, like you said.
So quick as lightning. It's kind of strange that you see him. You wouldn't expect him to be this swift, but a hand comes down on your shoulder, and he kind of spins around behind you, ducking the blow.
Okay, very impressive.
All right, let's do one more strength check, or opposed,
Right.
however we were doing it.
That is an 8.
An 8. Okay.
Wolfram is taken off guard.
Yes. So
He has the upper hand.
So with this development, as he kind of uses your momentum to spin himself around you, you feel a kind of strike on your back in between your shoulder blades, and everyone else can witness that Adric has brought a knife hand down edge on right between his shoulder blades as he continues the momentum of his spin to put himself on Wolfram's right side. And as he does so, the tattoos on his left arm light up, starting from his shoulder going down to his hand with this strike.
Okay, nice. What happens to Wolfram?
Wolfram is thrown off balance. You're kind of thrown prone almost, like on your hands and knees.
Alright, damn. This guy can fucking move.
He's actually rolling really well. We're going to do one last roll to kind of sum up this little bout.
Alright. Wolfram kind of goes down on his hands and knees, but you see him do that thing where he like jumps up onto his feet from a position that doesn't seem possible. Yeah, and he whirls around and kind of takes a low sort of like predatory stance. Because like at now he's just running on instinct. Like he's getting serious.
Yeah.
And that is a 6 plus 5, 11. I like to think that Adric was expecting this and has taken advantage of the like full force kind of like a what do you call it, like a bull rushing a matador sort of thing.
Well, it's funny because an 11 beats a 9.
Well, damn.
And
he's not quite ready for the ferocity.
Yeah, it's been a minute since he's been in a hand-to-hand kind of thing, and I mean, he is older. He hasn't practiced in a long time. That's why he's out here. He's trying to gain his edge back, and you kind of grab into him and charge him and kind of get that tackle in good and knock him on his back real good. And he
can I
go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I do what I did? This is fucked up, but can I do how I dealt with Connor? Like, literally rush in underneath, rush up with a hand around his throat. Like, he tries to dodge out of the way, but it's, like, too fast for him. Get him by the throat and kind of, like, run forward and throw him out of the ring.
Yes, I love it. It's fantastic. It's fucking poetic. It's beautiful.
It's fucked.
Wolfram is, like, sweating and and heaving, and he's like, yeah, I think after throwing him, he kind of comes back to his senses and like walks over to help him up.
He grabs your forearm in that kind of warrior stance and allows you to help him up. Also, I just want to say I love this because it almost feels like this is an act of respect. This fighting like this, and also putting Connor down, like, you know, because he was sick. You know, he needed to be put down. It was also respectful in a way. You know, it just I don't know. I like the symbolism of it.
And completely honestly, the only reason I asked for this is because I legitimately think that Wolfram would find it an honor to fight Adric.
Oh yeah, and as you help Adric up, Patch reaches up because Adric's like 5'11". He's not super tall, but he's right there at average height. He reaches up and pats you on the shoulder, and he says, "Seems I can trust the fate of the world in your hands, huh?" That was.
I was going to say.
That was great. You performed well.
I have much to learn.
He bows to you, as do I.
All I think Wolfram is thinking in the back of his mind is, I thought he said he was old and weak. He took care of me pretty heftily for a second there.
Well, like, he had his moment of spryness, and then you came at him with your full, like, instinctual, and he's like, "Oh shit, I'm 55. I can't be letting this 25-year-old beat the shit out of me much more."
Yeah.
All right.
Oh. All right. Sorry for taking up a little bit of time there, but
No, I love it. I couldn't have planned it better. Honestly, it was a beautiful scene. I like it.
Yeah, that was perfect. I like that.
All right. So, unless y'all have anything you want to do last minute before you set out to the ship, we can move to that scene.
On our way to the ship, can Mortimer stop and say bye to Molly?
Yes. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Is that something that you'd like to roleplay?
Yeah, sure. We can do that real quick.
Okay.
Does anybody want to come along?
yes,
I don't think you
please.
guys. Does anybody besides Mortimer know the real Molly? Probably, maybe.
Probably not. I don't think Wolfram's ever met the real one.
Yeah,
okay.
because Reyna's from the other continent, and Driffin and Wolfram live outside of the city.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, we'll go meet my sister.
Yes, we can make a stop. I mean, like, obviously Wolfram does not think that we're in a rush. The morning is still young. I say we take some time to do some fun stuff.
Yeah, it's like 9 at the latest. So Mortimer, you know, it being this time of day, you just spoke with Mollimer when you guys got back in last night. She's going to be at the Soldier's Soup Kitchen. You know, cooking up breakfast just as she was cooking up dinner last night, helping out just the way you guys do. So it's probably actually only like a 10-minute walk from here.
No, it's not bad. So while we're walking over, Mortimer's doing a little, like, at first it's like excited, like little old man walk where he's like kind of walking with some pep in his step. And as we get closer, he's thinking about how he's basically saying hello, goodbye. So he kind of gets like a little sadder, but he's still moving excitedly to go see her. And when we get there, he holds the door for everybody, but he kind of like flings it open like as fast as the door could possibly move.
Nice. So you throw open the door to this like chow hall, basically, that opens up onto this this training courtyard, and sure enough, there's a line of groggy. It's not a lot. There's like maybe 6 people here. Groggy town guard getting ready to go on their midday shift, getting some breakfast in before they got to go get ready, and heading the lunch line, serving fresh bread and a morning stew. Is kind of smells poultry-ish, you know, like a chicken stew or something. is Molimer, and she definitely notices the door slam open, and you can see a playful roll of her eyes.
All right. So, I don't know. Does anybody want to say anything before I do?
Can I just say that, like, Wolfram maybe sees Mortimer hesitate, sees that he kind of was conflicted about it on the way, reaches forward, just kind of gives you a reassuring squeeze on the shoulder.
Hmm.
That's sweet.
He looks back up at Wolfram and like nods and like he basically said thank you.
Wolfram nods back.
All right. So without saying anything, Mortimer just kind of quickly moves up to the front of the line to go see Molly, and he doesn't say anything. He just puts his elbows on the kind of, I guess, bar area where they're kind of serving, and he just kind of looks at her admiringly.
I am so sorry. I need just 1 second.
You're good.
No problem. Do you mind if I cut in just for a second while we wait?
Sure.
I like to imagine that you cut to the front of the line and there's like, just like this, that one guy that's there that doesn't like know the drill, and he like looks like he's about to come up and like, make a problem for Mortimer when he's about to leave, and Wolfram just kind of silently puts a hand on his shoulder and shakes his head.
It's so nice to have a Wolfram.
It is.
Wolfram is just a walking intimidation check.
Which, funny thing is, I have a pretty bad intimidation score.
That's awesome.
That is even better. Hi, Becca.
Pardon me.
So, as you prop your elbows up on the line, she pretends to not notice you, but as her spoon goes back into this giant fucking pot, she brings it out and just flicks your face with a couple of little splashes of the whatever stew this is.
Mortimer predicts this, and not all of it catches, but he tries to catch some of it with his mouth, and like some of it lands on his head and like in his beard.
Yes, and she says, "Back on hard times again, huh? Why are you here? You just saw me last night."
He kind of does like lapping up. He goes, "Well, thanks for breakfast. I just wanted to give you a little goodbye." And he reaches over in between soup pots so that his facial hair doesn't get in, but he like leans over the line and gives his twin a big ol' hug. And he squeezes her to the point where it's like slightly uncomfortable, but not too uncomfortable, And he's just like, "I love you, sis."
She says, "I love you too. Are these your friends you were telling me about?" And she comes out from behind the line and begins to give grandma hugs to all of the party members, whether or not they would like to accept it.
I just want to say that mysteriously, the one guy that looked like he was going to say something to Mortimer about cutting in line is just gone. Just inexplicably.
Because he knows if he actually does or says anything, Molimer will smack the shit out of him with the soup spoon.
Oh yeah, he knows the truth.
I love this gif.
Sorry, that's immediately what I imagined when you said Mortimer eats it.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys all get, unless you are explicitly going to prevent it, get grandma hugs from Mollimer.
Wolfram receives a hug, does not resist it, but also just doesn't move. Does anybody hug her back?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I definitely would.
As you lean down to hug her, she whispers in your ear, "You'll do good for him. You'll do just fine." And she pats your shoulder.
Aww. She's so sweet.
And she goes back in for one final hug with Mortimer, and she says, "For real, eat some real breakfast and take good care of these guys. They seem like a good bunch."
Thanks, sis. I will. Now, while she was giving everybody hugs, Mortimer was kind of looking around. Does he see her stick, her like utility staff?
Yeah, I'm sure she keeps it nearby. It's probably propped on a wall just behind the serving bar.
Okay. Can I check to see whose is more like who has like the better one with more equipment on it and like tools?
Oh, definitely you. She has like minor stuff, almost like a Swiss Army knife, but yours is more suited for in the field, you know?
Okay. So I have enough tools to make a replacement one. For right now, while she's distracted giving everybody hugs, I want to give her my upgraded one.
I mean, yeah, that sounds fine to me.
I just want to give her a little present. I want to give her like a better stuff.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. That'll just that'll make some details have to be a thing, but that is definitely stuff we can do off screen, because it will be off screen type stuff anyways.
Okay.
Is this one of those things where? Well, hold on. If she's distracted, would that be like a sleight of hand? I mean, he is like swapping something.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I think. Yeah,
Maybe maybe a sleight of hand, but she's got disadvantage on her perception because she's distracted.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Alright. I'm sorry, what am I rolling?
Sleight of hand.
Okay.
Oof.
Can I roll for advantage because she's giving hugs?
She has disadvantage on it, and I tell you right now, she didn't do great.
Alright, well I rolled a 2 plus 4.
It's actually, believe it or not, better than what she rolled.
Okay, good. Okay, that's fine.
By
Good.
a whole 1 point.
So it's really obvious to everyone else, but like, he still manages it because she's distracted.
Yeah. She really values the really good hug.
Yeah.
Molly's hugging Driffin, and he just looks over because he hears the frickin' staff, like he drops Molly's, and it hits the floor, and it makes a very audible sound, but she's too, like, into the hug.
Oh, that's great.
All right. So, nice family moment aside.
If anything bad happens to her, man, I know where you live. Oh no.
It is a horror campaign, but no, I don't plan on being that evil. I don't plan on.
No, even if you were, it's fine.
So you guys make your way through the town, getting your stuff all together, and you kind of approach the jet liner, basically that is of a ship, and you guys, after... Okay, yeah, just making sure my notes are right. After, Reyna and Wolfram are like, yeah, that's definitely the one. You guys approach. There's a lot less motion going on. But you guys can see what y'all recognize to be Gregor McGregor's back as he's looking over some notes and stuff, and the plank is down to walk up on the ship.
Okay.
Now, the Gregor McGregor being a renowned pirate, do I recognize him?
Mortimer does. In this, Gregor is not a pirate, but you do recognize him from your days back on when you did ship work. Gregor McGregor used to be a deckhand like you were. He is now the captain of this ship.
All right. So when we're aboard the ship and Mortimer and him make eye contact, can I use the studded glamour armor to make a hat, even though it's technically like a chest plate?
Yeah, I believe that's fine.
Okay, so I would like to make a tricorn hat appear on my head, and I would like to hold it in my hand and like bow, like a little nod.
Okay. So, I assume you like make this gesture very obvious to him.
Yes, yep, and he says like, Captain?
Gregor responds, Morty? You old dog, is that you? Well, I'll be a drowned rat before I sail with yous again. And he pulls his sword on you, his long sword from his sheath at his hip, and his sword is now at your throat.
Can I roll initiative here? Because I feel like his sword being at Mortimer's throat would mean that Wolfram's sword is at his throat.
Yes, please do.
Oh, dear Jesus.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I think is everybody rolling for initiative to protect Mortimer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a family affair.
I feel like as soon as he started like talking, Wolfram was like already pulling his sword.
Oh God, man, this Mortimer must have amnesia because
Let me see.
Yes, huh?
What's your initiative?
9.
Can I
cannot find
do
my
a,
dice.
can I do a quick history check to see if our history is good together or not? I think I know the answer. I just want to confirm it.
I don't think you need to make a check for it. You know that it is.
Like a negative past.
That you do have a good past. You guys left on good standing. You were friends, you would say.
Oh, okay, so this is like a playful gesture. Okay. But player knowledge. Okay. Shit, I rolled a 9.
Ooh, fun. What you
I
got,
don't go
Homer
first.
Griffin?
Fuck.
16 plus 3.
Cool.
Alright, that is 16 total.
Cool.
I rolled a 9.
So,
I also rolled a 9.
yeah. First up is Gregor. He has a stupid high initiative because he's a pirate.
Washbuckler.
Yeah. So first thing he does is he says, I told you I'd be something someday, right? Well, as I made it. Welcome aboard, you all. And he sheathes his sword and goes in for a hug on Mortimer.
Fuck.
When Griffin has his bow pointed at him and Wolfram is like actively pulling his sword off of his back.
I'm sure that both of them are used to weapons being drawn on each other.
Yeah.
So he, I like to think that As McGregor sees all of the weapons, he just smiles and he's like, "It's like good old times."
um, he says, as he pulls out of your hug, he says, "Well, I don't know what you did to get old Laddie to sponsor you, but must have been something big, huh?" And he just claps your shoulder and welcomes you all aboard. Starts moving, showing you around the ship and all. And Mortimer, if you would allow yourself to be pulled to the side, he's going to take a second to pull you to the side.
Yeah.
So it's not like super obvious, like super hidden, but he does move you to a side of the ship, like back towards the back of the ship, and kind of tries to make it look as if he's making it obvious that he has something secret to tell you. So if anybody wants to hear it, they're gonna have to make a check, but if not,
Or I'm not gonna get any closer or anything, but if I can hear it from where I'm at,
yeah, no, yeah. So
I just want to say real quick, as we're walking over there, everybody can audibly hear this. Mortimer looks at Gregor and he's like, "I have to apologize for my crew here. We work as a family."
No. It's I mean not everybody knows that drawing a sword on someone is a playful joke. It was my fault, 100%.
I just never introduced them to our playful banter.
I mean, what would you? You hadn't been on the sea in a while, But I hope she welcomes you back. She's been a little angry, but I think our voyage should go without great difficulty. Speaking of our voyage, and he unrolls a little kind of a miniature map. It's maybe 8 inches by 8 inches, and it's it shows out a plotted course from the inlet that lets out into the ocean from the river that you're all currently about to board the ship onto, plotting out directly to an island that you would recognize very well. It's Rotog Island, and that is where your son Tortimer settled. And he says,
Mortimer,
Oh my god.
I love
I'm
it.
gonna die, guys.
His name is Tortimer.
and he says, just so you know, I know it's it's been a little bit, but we can easily pass by the island where your son is. Stock up supplies there. It wouldn't be that big a deal. I think we probably would need to get some pineapples and bananas from there, anyways.
I think that'd be a great idea. And at this point, everybody who can hear can kind of notice that he's kind of getting his privateer accent. He's getting the accent is coming back.
Oh yeah, I wish I could do a better privateer accent. Right now, it's just kind of gruff and slurry.
That's fine.
All right.
I like it. I thought it was very obviously privateer.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Recognizable.
You're doing a very FFC. It's good. You're good.
If you can hear it and know what they mean, I feel like it's good.
Awesome. So, after acknowledging this, he puts away his miniature map, his little captain's thing. It's it's got all his markings and margin notes and all that kind of stuff. He turns and opens his arms wide, and he says, "Excuse me." A gruff voice is hard on my throat. He says, "All right," with his arms up in the air. "All right. Pull up the anchor. Pull up the plank. Let loose the sails. It's time to set forth. Everyone, welcome to the Red Leg Lady." And as the sails unfurl, you see on painted or printed or whatever on the sail is the image of a lady's leg with what appears to be red like stockings being pulled up on them. That's like his crest.
That's fucking awesome. Do I recognize this ship? Or no, I don't.
No, yeah, because this is his ship.
This is
like,
new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably only been the captain of this ship for maybe a couple of years.
Okay.
Also, he's probably in his like late 50s. Oh, that was Drift and Drop. Okay, damn, I hate that his connection is being so funky. And you served back when he was like with him when he was like 18. It's been a while. He was a fresh new face when you guys were on the ship together. And
Okay.
and he's been captaining this ship for a couple of years now. You probably are just have found out about it not long ago, if you even do know about it at this point.
Okay.
So,
Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
As he's shouting orders, Mortimer is like, he sees where the most help is needed, and he goes and like follows the orders.
Oh, that's perfect. Not a whole lot needs to be done. You basically just have to get off of the, undock at this point. They kind of were loading all morning and stuff. As you get out to sea, a little bit more will need to be done. But right now, we can kind of cut to the downtime. You guys have about 2 hours of sailing down the river before you head out into the ocean. But, the world is your oyster.
All right.
So, the way I was planning on doing this is obviously a lot of time compression, but everyone has discussed with me some things they would like to do, and we can like role play some scenarios for how those things are accomplished.
I'm ready.
So I'll just start at the top of my list. Raina, what would you like to accomplish in this kind of like 2.5 month time?
I'm not sure on that.
Okay, well, we can get back to you. That I know, Wolfram, you have a very clear idea of what you would you would like to do in this downtime, so we can roleplay that however you'd like to. We can start that.
I have a clear idea, but I know the goal of this is to like gain a skill proficiency essentially, and I kind of talked to you about what I wanted to do there, but honestly, what I want to gain, it wouldn't make any sense for me to like magically gain it on this trip. So if I'm gonna roleplay anything, I think it would just be like just fun little snapshots of stuff that could happen. And I do want to say that like don't worry about anything being in order, because like we don't have to worry about like if you have an idea, just say it happened earlier in the trip, if it would cause a problem.
Yeah, no problem. I was just trying to like kind of allow everybody to open up the whatever roleplay kind of stuff they would like to do.
Okay. What do you say we're out at the ocean? Maybe we've been out for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
about right. Yeah, you guys have been out there probably 3 or 4 days. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Wolfram is like out on board. He's like sitting on a box or something, looking kind of bored, kind of off to the side. And he eventually just like he's sitting out there. He's looking out over the ocean, and he's been sitting out there all day. And he just jumps into the ocean.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I want to make a perception check to see if I see any like fish around.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you make a con save for me real quick?
Well, can. All right, that's a 12.
Okay, I mean, like, nothing major is gonna... Your breath is taken away for a second, because this is, like... This water is fucking frigid,
Yeah, Wolfram's used to the cold.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Like I said, it wasn't gonna be This is just one of those, like, we're really only rolling this roll in case you crit fail, you know?
Well, I think Wolfram was expecting it to be frigid, so he was like, kind of braced himself.
He
Yeah.
wanted, he wanted that cold water anyway.
Oh yeah.
So, the question for you, Driffin, I know we had spoken about your sea companion. How do you go about it? Do you
Yes.
keep it on board, or do you have it hover the ship? Because that depends on some stuff that Wolfram's going to see.
He's hovering the ship.
Okay, cool. So,
Wait, you switched it back from the Wolf Companion already?
Well, it's been a couple of days. I feel like we could
Gotcha,
retcon that.
Okay,
yeah.
that works.
So you do see, like a school of fish in the deep water, kind of flitting its way about, catching the light, and swimming through that is a bright white albino turtle that occasionally, catches a fish and feeds itself and swims about, kind of keeps up with the ship. So I assume the point of this is to do some fishing.
Not exactly. I think he just wants to be see what there is to see for a second. Just
Yeah.
he's literally just bored.
Gotcha.
There's not enough going on the ship.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfect. Despite the frigidity of the water, it is pretty lively. You definitely see some ocean views of coral beds. What is that? There's coral reefs. There we go.
Reef.
And there's schools of colorful fish that flit about. There's a few swordfish. There's a few swordfish that like a pair of swordfish that gracefully slice through the water. It's really a beautiful scene.
It is for now. Wolfram sees this swordfish and draws a javelin from his back. Kind of settles on to. You said it wasn't too shallow-ish, or yeah. He kind of settles back and he tries to make a throw at one of these swordfish.
Okay. I guess roll an attack roll.
All right. I feel like that's not very good. Okay, that is a 9. I don't think that hits anything.
No, you take it. It's a little weird throwing something in the water, so it's not horribly off, but you can tell that you need to recalibrate a little bit.
Okay. All right, then as soon as I get another chance, I'll draw my other javelin and try to make another shot at it before it disappears.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll that one. Roll that attack roll.
That is better. That is a 16.
Okay, so you managed to wing this javelin with the kind of like right arc and spin on it because you're underwater. You calculated this, and it kind of punches into its side, and you can see it stop moving, and a little blood swirl as it you've punctured this swordfish.
All right. I will also mention swordfish are pretty massive, so if it's not dead yet, I'll fight this thing. I don't give a shit.
I
I
love
was
it.
kind of planning on if it swept by me,
Roll
I started
initiative.
a fight with it, so I'm expecting it to come plunging at me and try to stab me with its bill, and I want to dodge out of the way and grab onto the javelin that's punctured it.
Yeah, I mean that's perfectly fine. What is the javelin's damage? Remind me.
It is a D. Well, okay. I don't have anything in either hand, so I think the dice goes up. So I think it's a D8, but let me check that. It is a D6.
Cool. Or no, you should.
Yeah,
it's your damage. Duh.
Yeah, well, it's a D6 plus my strength. So That's 6. Or sorry, 7. Ouch.
Cool.
Total.
So yeah, you punch through this thing's side, and it is not very happy with you, as it charges you. And I'm gonna say -7. Okay, you stay right there, so I can keep track of health. I'm gonna say let's roll initiative, because it didn't see you at first, but now it definitely knows you're fucking there.
Oh yeah, that was me. That was me surprising it. All right. Oh, okay. That's a 9 initiative.
Okay, cool. So, this thing turns, and if you spoke Aquan, you could hear the various curse words it's flailing at you. And it charges you.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so... Oh god, no.
Hell yeah. Do it.
Oh god. That's a natural 20.
All right. Now plus charge.
Oh!
So that's
Jesus.
24 damage.
What the fuck kind of weapon does this thing have?
shit.
There's no way it's 24 damage. Are you sure?
7 plus 8 plus 7. 14 plus 8 is...
Why is it so high?
Hold on a second.
You didn't just double the standard damage, did you?
No, I'm looking at it now because it's saying weird. Why would you... That's weird. Okay, so to do this right, it would get its gore. That would be the double because of the natural 20, and then the charge, right?
Right. Well, hold on. It takes. Yes, the charge should be doubled. So. Okay, I see. Okay, 24.
Yeah, that was a wild hit. Okay.
That is an
Can I-
extremely strong creature. Okay, then I'm going to tell you
Can I
exactly
say
how.
that-
Go ahead.
Yeah, I imagine it. He throws a javelin at it, and it's like, "Oh, son, you done come at me," and then just like actually propels itself at this thing. Wolfram tries to swim out of the way, but just gets like actually stabbed through the abdomen.
I really feel like this thing should have a lower challenge rating. Or a higher challenge rating, sorry.
Do I need to make a save of any kind if it's charging me?
Yes, that's a strength save.
Okay. That's a 21.
Okay, that saves. Yeah.
Okay.
It is your turn.
All right. Wolfram's like, maybe I shouldn't have gone this hard on it. And yeah, he's got this thing kind of right where he wants it because it's got its nose jammed through him. He's got his javelin jammed through it. He just pulls his sword off of his back and brings it down on this thing as he goes into a rage. Eyes turn red, bubbles come pouring out of his mouth. Blood is everywhere.
Just for clarity's sake, this is your first level, not the final, right?
Well, nobody's seen it, so we'll just say some stuff is going on underwater.
I have a question.
Yes.
When bubbles come out of your mouth, can we hear the screams when the bubbles pop?
You probably see some bubbles coming up on the surface of the water. I don't think you hear screaming. I'm probably too far under.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah. Let me go ahead and take that damage real quick. Okay. Let's say for the sake of argument that it's 3rd level, but nobody sees it.
That is perfectly fine.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna attack this thing. I'm gonna draw my sword off of it and try to cut this thing's head off.
Let's do it. Fucking fuck it up.
Alright. What is that? That's a natural 1. Hold on, I have advantage. The lighting in here is really bad. Okay, that's a 17 to hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Let me go ahead and roll my D10. Alright, that is 9 plus 5, 14 slashing damage.
It does not like that. You fuck it up pretty good. You don't manage to cleave the head all the way off, but you get pretty fucking deep into it.
I can't say anything.
Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, at this point...
I wanted...
Go ahead, Driffin.
I wanted to say that Wolfram got hit. Driffin's animal companion definitely down.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. You can actually roll initiative for it now because it you know, one round this popped off real quick, and now your companion is having a chance to respond.
Yeah. You just see a dark mass riding around in this extremely bloody water, and you can see the glowing red eyes glowing through as Wolfram wrestles with this thing. You can't really make out defined shapes.
This sucks.
This sucks.
3 plus 3.
It actually... So it gets a... Okay.
Alright.
So is it back up at the top of the round?
Yes.
Okay. And it doesn't get charge again because it's right up on me.
Yeah. It almost feels wrong to use the gore, but...
No, it can. It just like pulls its nose out and stabs me again, right?
Yeah, it's just weird imagery, you know? It feels like there would be like a bite attack or a tail slap or something, you know?
I mean, it can be, yeah.
Does a 14 hit?
Nope. Wolfram at this point, it just batters this thing aside.
Wolfram, you are up.
Alright, I'm gonna cut this thing again. Alright. Wait, did it go with advantage? I need to ask.
It did not.
Okay, go ahead and reroll it.
That was worse.
Okay, good. That is a 19 plus 6.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, 25 I hope would hit. Yeah, I'm gonna try to cleave through this thing again. That is 8 plus 5, so 13 slashing damage.
You get a good second slash in on this thing, and its head just comes clean off.
Alright.
What happens next is you see this, all white turtle, albino turtle dashing towards you, and as the head comes clean off, it is just like, oh, okay, okay,
yeah.
It goes to retrieve the head. If you're okay with me, domineering your animal companion a bit.
What's up? I'm missing bits and pieces.
Your animal companion is coming back with the head of the sword.
I mean, I feel like Yeah, he grabs it as a for Wolfram more than anything.
All right. So you're saying that it comes near Wolfram and takes his prize? Just want to be 100% sure before we continue.
I think it's more that like the head is kind of floating away, and it's like, wait, here you go.
Um,
Okay.
Connectivity issues suck.
Yes.
what's up?
I'm waiting on you, man.
What am I?
Holy shit. Yeah, this
What
is
am I
bad.
missing?
Connection issues, I believe.
Yes. So Wolfram asked, so it basically, we're being clear, it swims up and grabs the trophy, basically.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Then that would be an attack roll, I believe. Unless if you have some other options.
An attack roll on you. Clarify for me. You were attacking it.
I mean, if it's swimming right up to me while I'm raging and taking the head of the swordfish, then yeah, for sure. Especially if I don't know that this is his animal companion.
Probably hasn't. I don't know. I think Wolfram he wanted to keep that.
If in your rage.
Well, if you wanted to keep it secret, then you probably shouldn't have had it swim up to me.
Which, that was on me, though.
Okay, well, we can always retcon that, or we could just do it.
Raina's over here whispering, retcon, retcon, retcon.
Don't hurt the turtle.
I'm good with just ending the scene with him cutting the head off and then, like, making his way back onto the ship, carrying this probably 15-foot long swordfish behind him.
Yes, that is perfectly fine. I think
right.
that's a good scene to end that particular scene on, and
Okay.
and I think that's actually probably a good indicator